Hey, 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 hey. Hello, hello. Yes, need to do that. How you doing? Hey, Tina, how you doing? Let me come up in here so I can see. Y'all know I'm always changing locations of where I'm at. I had to come in the room I felt like I wanted to be in for this live. I mean, not that we were doing anything special. I just needed to come where I needed to be. That was it. How you doing, Joshua? How you doing? Babs, how you doing? Brett, how you doing? Susan, how you doing? How are you doing? Latina, how you doing? Welcome, welcome, welcome. Yeah, like I said, y'all, I'm always moving around. So like right now I'm in the living room because I came in, I brought everything in, and I put up everything, but then I didn't put it up like in order. So I didn't put the stuff how I wanted. So right now it feels like everything's chaotic to me. Everything's chaotic. And then when I was in the meat market, like it's different. Everything is so different now. Like when I go to the store, I'm going to the store for me. You know what I mean? So you used to buying for a bunch of people, or you used to shopping and cooking for a larger group, and then you got to get used to like this whole, you know, um, I'm just making food for me, and at the most maybe two, and then by that it doesn't mean two people; it means maybe 2 days. Because I don't want the food to go bad. I don't want to waste food. So I did buy food because I do want to cook a bunch of different things. And so I really want to get into these smoothies. So like anybody who makes smoothies or has a NutriBullet or a smoothie maker for personal smoothies or whatever, when you make yours, like do you use fresh fruit or frozen fruit? So I want to start with frozen fruit because fresh fruit goes bad so quickly. But I did buy some mint, fresh mint, and I did buy some kale because I did want to put some kale in there. But what I was wondering, and I bought some fresh ginger, but I'm like I'm really not a big fan of ginger, but I know it's good, as far as putting it in. But when you put peanut butter in your smoothies, like, is it best to do like a banana peanut butter smoothie? Because I'm thinking like, what else go with the peanut butter? And I love peanut butter, but I'm really trying to figure it out. And how's everybody's Monday going? So yeah, and like I said, I also hey BB, how you doing? Hey just John, peace and cues, how you doing? Rob, how you doing? Spiky, how's it going? That's okay, sis. Hey sweet potato, how you doing? So yeah, and then like even with my little flowers, like I hope they're doing good. Like, am I leaving enough water in it? Is it gonna grow? Should I put it in something bigger? Because I have them here and I have them in the other room, but I just want to make sure I'm doing right by them. You know. Okay, look, look. Now you don't never be thinking about being out here. And here you come. So I got these little throws when I was at IKEA, and they were actually $4. They were $4. I know they weren't over five, but yeah. Then when I was taking off the tag, I kind of ripped it a little bit. I'm always doing too much, and I haven't even untied it yet and used it. Then they had these. I wish there was more, but everybody was grabbing them. These were at Walmart for $3.70 today. $3.70, and they're so soft. I think that's something that made me want to come out here. Then I got my tissue, and I don't know why I have it out here. I got a big 45 thing of tissue, Sam's Club, and I'm like, okay, maybe now my But then I keep remembering it's just me and old Bubs. But no, 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 Bubs. Did y'all see that? That's a no. Get out of here. Look at it. No. I swear he be doing too much. That's a no. I'm not moving it either. Staying right there. Anyway, y'all. Dang. See what real life will get you. See what real life will get you. That dog. But yeah, so I don't really sit in the living room, but gotta see my sons behind me. So I'm just in the living room chilling, chillaxing, chillaxing. But like I said, I have to go ahead and separate this meat. So like I said, when I went, oh, y'all know I'm ready to cook. I ain't even got every single cooking utensil I want, but you can't get everything at once. So I'm still going, and I'm cool with the pattern I'm going, the pace I'm going in and everything. But oh no, I got some good meat. I got some steak taco meat. I got some ground beef. I got some chicken breast, and I got some, the little chicken. Because I went to the meat market. I didn't even go to the grocery store for this. I went to the actual meat market. I'm talking about, go inside, it's freezing. You get a butcher, get whole things, get them chopped up. I got some turkey tips. I got some stuff to make beef stew. I got some you know, I got some ground beef. What else did I get? Oh, of course, y'all know I got my big piece of salmon from Sam's Club. And if it wasn't for the fact that right now I just touched Nino and I'm sitting here touching all this other stuff, I'd go in there and start pulling meat out because I have to separate it. But yeah, no, I'm gonna separate it and put it up. But I'm trying to figure out what I want to make today. Really, I am. I really I'm thinking about a piece of salmon and some Brussels sprouts and jalapenos. That's what I'm really thinking about. Oh, and I got some crab legs and of course some shrimp. But once again, just shopping for me. I got that, but I got a bunch of fruit for the smoothie. So I got mango, pineapple, blueberries, strawberries. Um, I got the tropical fruit one, and I got like 6 different bags of the frozen fruits. But I'm about to go. I got blueberries, but yeah, I got that. Y'all know I got my apple juice. I love apple juice, y'all. I do, but on the finicky side, I only like Mott's apple juice, or I like the apple juice that come in little glass bottles, and it's apple juice. It's pure apple juice. I love that apple juice. I do. Simply's apple juice is good. I like apple juice, but when it comes to me drinking a personal bottle of apple juice, it's always gonna be a little Mott's. It's not gonna be just any apple juices unless I went somewhere and I have to have apple juice. But no, I really love apple juice. And do I do. But yeah, I still have to do that. And then today I was gonna change my linen. I'm gonna go to the laundromat tomorrow. That's not happening tonight. I'm gonna go to the laundromat tomorrow. Today I just think I'm going to um organize the stuff in my cabinets, put the food up and organize that. And I think I might cut my hair. But other than that, I don't know tonight what's going on. I'm thinking I wanna wash my hair and stuff tonight. But I didn't go to the beauty supply store today, so I'll be going tomorrow. I don't know. I don't want to plan too much. Look, I don't want to plan too much until tomorrow. I don't. I don't want to go too deep into tomorrow, y'all. Now, y'all doing too much. Crazy Cat Mama. Hey sis. How you doing? My snuggles. Cool gamer. How you doing? How you doing? How's everybody's Monday going? How is it? Monday is blah day. Like I keep forgetting today is Monday. I'm like, is it Saturday? Especially going to the store. So I'm like, is it Saturday? I'm like, I don't know, it's Monday. You worked Saturday. That's why you didn't go to the store. Okay. Mama Ann. How you doing? But yeah, so I want to finish doing that. I swear, no matter what, if you write a list, if you do whatever, when you go in the store, just saying like, man, is it me or everything got expensive? Like I literally felt like I was walking through the store like my grandma. Like, oh my goodness, I remember that when this cost $1. I remember, Sean, but the cheapest. Everything is so expensive. It's so expensive that even when I was doing my budget, so they had the 6 pack of the core waters, but they were the small ones, like the ones this big, and they wanted 9.32 for them. I'm like, wait, what? And I didn't get any in Sam's Club, and that's when I should have got them. So then the big bottles that I normally place $2.79 for $3 for the big bottle, they were $1.78. So I'm like, you know what? That's a good price. But then when you buy in a bunch of them, it adds up. You know what I mean? It still adds up, and it's like, oh, I don't want to get a case of just water. Like I don't. I don't. I was so mad about that. So I just got a couple of the big ones. And then I said, you know what? I just do what I normally do, and that's get them daily. I'm just going to do that. Because Sarah Z, how you doing? Because it adds up, though. You know what I mean? And everything. I mean, the price of everything. I kid y'all not. Even when I think about when I think about preparing for this surgery, you know what I mean? My coming up surgery on my eye. When I think of preparing about it, I think, oh, I can't wait. I hope everything goes good, in a speedy way so I can get back to driving. Then I started thinking about the price of gas. And I'm like, oh, I don't know if I want to be driving. But I do. I have been off of the roads now for almost 3 years. And that's a lot for me because I've been driving, since I was a shorty. Since I was a shorty, I've been driving. Like, man, to not be driving. I still gonna get where I gotta go without having to, inconvenience other people. You know what I mean? But man, I just can't wait to get back to getting in the car and going where you want to go instantly, leaving when you wanted to leave. I can't wait. I can't wait for it. Okay. But I'm grateful for public transportation and stuff because it keeps you from having to lean on somebody all the time. Like my mom comes once a week, and that's when I do all my errands where I got a bunch of running to do for the week. I do it that when she come that once a week, and that's a blessing. You know what I mean? That's a blessing. But other than that, everywhere else, I'm gonna, you know, make a way to get there. Yes, it is. It is the cheapest, and I wish when I was in Sam's that's what I would have got was the case of them. Aldi's is too. Oh no, no, no! Let me tell you something. See, my thing when you go to Sam's, I only go to Sam's for the things I need in bulk, like paper towels, so that I don't have to. So when I add up the expense of buying them, if I buy them every other day or if I buy them weekly, and it's cheaper for me to buy at one time that case, that 45 pack of tissue, and 15, 18 of paper towels. If it's then that's so then I don't have to spend that money. I don't count that for a couple of months. And it's me now. It's not kids running through and ramming through a roll of toilet paper a day, and you're like, what are they wiping? Their royal asses? What's going on? But yeah, all these for sure. See, when I go to the meat market, like I went to the meat market today and I spent $90 on meat. But like I said, if right now I go in there and I pull it out, I got chicken breasts. I got the stuff to make. You know what I mean? That's the meat I spend there. But that's for me. That's gonna last me all month. I could break it. You know what I mean? I could break down the meat. I'm gonna put it in this freezer bags and stuff, and then I can eat off of that all month. Or meat wise for a couple weeks. It's not like I'm gonna sit and eat all this at once. I'm not feeding the masses. I'm feeding myself. And so, I do change it. I go to Aldi's and get a bunch of stuff. Like if you want to get those rolls of, like I said, y'all will see when my foodie channel come. See, right now I try to do a shopping that involves not having to get food or things like that wise for a couple of weeks, at least two. So that for 2 weeks, that's not in my budget at all. And so, or if anything, you're just adding on stuff, adding some sides to go. You know what I mean? Or in case the weather gets so bad and I can't move around or something, you never know. So I just want to be prepared for that. So, I'm starting from scratch. But yeah, and sometimes with all these, yeah, they're giving me good prices on things. And so, like I said, please, my refresh, all my sides and stuff like that, all these for sure is saving money. And then some things and all these have hit the inflation too. You know what I mean? It's everywhere. So what you have to do, and anybody, and I tell you this, wherever it's convenient, you have to know how to shop there or to shop around. Because some people can't get everywhere, so I have to go to what's close to me if I want to get there. So then you just have to know, like, how to, you know what I mean? I don't care if you pulling out the coupons. I don't care what you doing. Survival of the fittest. You know what I mean? And you're not less than anybody when you making sure your budget work. Matter of fact, you're more responsible than most because they say be a good steward of your money. You know what I mean? And being a good steward is making sure you make it, making sure you good, making sure you eat. Give a damn if it's a can of tuna. At least you had a can of tuna to eat. Somebody ain't got that. Promise you that. Missy, how you doing, sis? How you doing? Bossy, how you doing, sis? How you going? Look at me being nosy. Me being nosy. Is that my Mims? Mimsy Mims. That's my sister. How you doing? How you doing? I love Stacy. How you doing? I told you every time I see that, I didn't get no avocados. Dang it. Y'all know now. Look, I know what y'all gonna say, and I know to all mine, I ain't gonna call nobody out. I ain't gonna call nobody out. I know what y'all gonna say when I say them mushrooms. I love mushrooms, so y'all know I grab some more mushrooms. I love garlic. And they say garlic good for you, especially for like blood pressure and stuff. But I love garlic. I love garlic. You know I got some Brussels sprouts. You know it. You know it. Y'all know now. If you don't know, I got some Brussels sprouts. Snugs. How you doing? I'm telling y'all. Oh, it just feel good. Heidi, did you hear me earlier when I told you I need that roux? I need that roux recipe. Don't you hold it back on me no more. I need it. And I'd love to one day do a live and we making the roux while I'm following the recipe. Well, send it to me first. Let me practice. Let me practice once. I don't want to be on there burning shit. You know what I'm saying? Watch it. Heidi gonna be naming ingredients. I gotta go straight to Louisiana to get and shit. You gonna be like, wait, when I'm going to Louisiana? We calling my family and shit. I need you to send me some. What is it called again? No mushrooms. I know peas. I'm telling you, I love them now. I hated them once. I hated onions, y'all. Mimsy Mims. I'm talking about this Rudo, right, Heidi? Word on the curb is you make one of the best gumbos ever. I'm gonna take 3 roux recipes. See, but you know what? You never want to do a contest with somebody roux unless they do it. That's how the real contest be. You gotta have the real makers of the shit do it to have a contest. Have a cook-off shit. Not a cook off. I ain't cooking off and I just learned no recipe to nothing. Y'all think I'm crazy? Y'all think I'm crazy? Now I tell y'all my people from Louisiana, you think I'm playing with somebody? Man, please. Please. Mary, how you doing? Just Jules, how you doing, sis? How you doing, sis? I'm gonna give you your respect. I'm literally from me to you, no matter what nobody else says. I respect, I got videos on it. I really believe in how to save a life. Anybody lost anybody, took their life because they was fed up. Anybody lost somebody, even with the situation you were talking about with your buddy. But I just believe when we stop for a minute and say, hey, that's not what I want to do. I can call you out anything, but I don't want to see nobody getting to the edge of shit. And even if I don't give a damn, I commend you for giving a damn. I do. I respect that, especially on today. So for that, like I celebrate that. That's cool. I respect that. I give respect where respect is due. Because most of us wouldn't. You know what I mean? Music. Oh, I say music in the name. I suddenly started thinking about Musiq Soulchild. Hey, how you doing? Cat U.S. Navy, how you doing? My sweaty, how you feeling today? How you doing? Big Bad Wolf, how you doing? So Leah, how you doing? How's everybody doing? All up in the building. How y'all doing? I'm in here talking food, trying to get roux recipes. I want to make some gumbo. Like I want to make some gumbo on my own, but I want it to be. I mean, to me, like if you want to make that kind of stuff, you gotta have the right recipes. I don't want to just throw nothing together. And then what is that lady's name? Dang, she's supposed to have that good little roux mix. What is her name? I don't know too. Dang. But I know in the ingredients and hers, it's like a can of 7 Up. Like, wait, we adding 7 Up to it? What we doing? We making a ham in the crock pot? What's going on? Anybody ever put a 7 Up or a Sprite? I use 7 Up. When you making a ham in a crock pot. Y'all have heard that. Brenda, how you doing? How you doing? But yeah, like I said, I went to the store today. And it's tripped out. When you go to the store, first of all, everything expensive. And for some reason, when I go in the stores these days, people just kind of, it's not they make me nervous. They mess with my anxiety. They just bring, because you never know. It's always something going on around. I don't know. And I'm like, I'm getting older. I told y'all I was walking through the store like my grandma. Like, man, I remember this used to cost $1. I remember when $100 could go a lot further. I remember that's how I used to be sitting in the. That's how I was sitting in the store today. Not used to be. I was doing it today. I was doing it today. And then, man, another thing I noticed today when I was out there is when people first came out. Everybody had a little distance. They was all the way. Everybody was masked up. Whatever. Now people not that don't bother. But people back on people's back. They standing too close to you. And I'm like, man, I just want to go back to the 6 feet of distance. I don't know about y'all. I do. Because I'm like, people seem too close. Everything seemed packed. That's how I felt. I'm like, wow, all these people outside. It's Monday. I thought it was Monday. I was going to catch a break. The meat market was packed. But to me, the meat market should have been, because in the first place, it's a better budget on your money. Like the meat market had chicken breasts for $1.99 a pound. Boneless, skinless chicken breast. And I'm talking about whole breast, the whole breast. They split it, and people be like, them 2 breasts. No, that's 1 breast. It's split. I'm like, yes. You go in the grocery store, 1 chicken breast split in half will cost you $9. You be like, I just paid $9 for a chicken breast. This chicken's breast is worth more than mine. That's how I be feeling. I don't know about y'all. My Jean, how you feeling, sis? Yeah, And what's funny is when you wear a mask, you ever notice people look at you like you crazy? You be thinking, man, this is not about the virus. It's about all the germs, all the stuff y'all got on. People are just not sanitary. Man, I love that space chaos. I'm telling you, it was the best. I love when people actually like, you know what? I'm gonna wait for the next one. You know, they actually was. And because if you ride the train, I don't know how many people got trains in their city, but if you ride the train in the morning and you're going to work on that commute, I kid you not, each car got 1,000 people in it. You be like, why is it this packed? Why are we standing so close that our body parts are meeting each other in places they shouldn't meet? But that's how it be. When that when that social distancing going on, please, you get on a train car before people in the morning. I loved it. I loved it. I'm like, give it back. Bring it back. You get on the bus. Oh, please. It'd be 12 people on the bus. Oh, I loved it. And the bus, CTA was free. Because they was like, all right, we're going to put, because they wanted to protect them drivers. They like, hey, look, because it's more people need to ride the bus than it's drivers. They like, all right, this is what we're going to do. You're going to come in from the back. You ain't even going to walk through the front. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And CTA was like, we don't know how to do this without, we gonna have to. So they finally had put the things where you could swipe your card in the back of the bus. But by the time they did that, it was time to switch it up. But yeah, you was getting on the bus for free. Chicago public transit was free. You say what? What? I was trying to make up places to go, but it didn't really make sense because half of the shit was closed. It was closed. Only time CTA gives you something free, and it's not even free. On New Year's Eve, I don't even know if they still do it, but on New Year's Eve, they give you like it's a penny a ride or something. It's some dirt cheap stuff. Yeah. Hmm. Oh yeah. Now the best part about Uber to me is Uber feel 50-50 for me. Uber feels more safe than a cab, because at one point cab drivers were just not safe. In many cities. You know what I mean? They just weren't because people always thought they had cash and abundance of them, on them at all times. So they just weren't safe, and you didn't feel safe being in one. Like I didn't. I didn't. And then with Uber, it's like, man, this is just like getting in the car with random Joe Blows. I don't know what they doing with their life. I don't know if they, you know what I mean? You don't know. So I'm tossed between them both. But it's the same thing when I get on the bus or the train. But the difference is those people work for, you know what I mean? That's a governmented job. And so trust me, if something happened with them, somebody covering asses. You were extra worried. Oh yeah, it is. And then here's the thing. I don't know about anybody else, but like before we had the pandemic, I did not like if I was on once again I'm using a train as an example. If I was on a train and somebody just started coughing like crazy and didn't cover their mouth, as soon as we hit the next stop, I just get off and go to another car. And this before the pandemic. If a car pulled up and it was just too packed, in the morning, I'd be like, I take the risk of being late. I catch the next one, or I come early so I catch the one before everybody's getting all on it. But mm-mm. And I don't even with concerts. The reason I don't do concerts at all anymore, I don't like crowds like that. I don't like being that compacted with people because I think about crowd control, and I always think, and I'm too busy worrying about exits to enjoy the time. So I don't know. So social distance and making things smaller and I love it. I kid you not. When I think, I don't care how great the artist is. When I think about being in an arena with you and 50,000 people, I stopped going to the Taste of Chicago in the '90s too many people. And I remember being at the Taste of Chicago in the '90s, and there was actually a shooting when somebody, was shooting around it close enough to it that in the area where it took place, there was like a stampede of people running, and that was very frightening because if you know anything about the Taste of Chicago, it's like Lollapalooza when it's out here. I mean, Hunty, it's a lot of people, and to see crowds. Oh no, that mess with my psyche. No, I can't. I had to look down in my name, make sure I wasn't sitting here for Miss Horny. Uh, what are you saying, Jewel? In Lombard. Oh, that sounds good. Now, see, here's the funny thing. I don't really care for white chocolate, but that white chocolate little mint they got, around the Christmas, like a peppermint, white chocolate peppermint around Christmas. They had that. I love those things, but I'm just not. It's too sweet. But that do sound good. That do. Yeah, Lombard, you are down the street. Hmm. Oh, I'm gonna have to go. And your buddy own the place? Tell me when. Look, tell me when is the date? I definitely know. Oh yeah, that sounds like a good place. And Lombard is around the corner. Great house. Okay. Okay. On St. Patty's Day. That's a definite. One of the things I like about St. Patty's Day the most for me, y'all. St. Patty's Day is a big beer day. And I am a beer liker. I'm trying my best. Like I don't know if anybody ever been to a beer fest. When you go to a beer fest, it's when you realize like I'm not up on beer like I thought I was. I don't know, maybe it was me. I was like, oh, I'm so not on it. But I like want to go. I want to do like go to a. We have one over here on Roosevelt. Well, it used to be. Is it still there? Where I'm talking crap. But we had a place, and they had their own little brewery. Inside, they made their own little beer. But I think Wisconsin big for that though. Okay, all right, I got it. I definitely am interested in that. I definitely do that. Come with my bestie, Tim. It'll be real nice. And she right down the street. She in Westchester. That's real nice. But yeah, I definitely want to go to one of those. They got this Jules, they got this rooftop place out here. Now what I don't know, I'm like, are those people smoking hookahs out there? Or they allowing smoking? But it's this rooftop I want to do that rooftop movies, but that of course that stuff you do when the warmer weather comes. But they have that rooftop movie, and they got like the projector up there, and you watching the movies. But they pick the movies, so they got a list of movies. Like last year, they had some good ones. They had The Last Dragon. They had some good movies last year. I wonder what they're gonna do this year. But it was popular because you were calling for some of them movies, they were sold out. But yeah, this summer I'm definitely on doing a lot of adult fun. Just like when I was just staying at that hotel that was so close to Rosemont. Man, Rosemont, other than the fact that I can't go out there and not think Kanika Jenkins, man, Rosemont got a lot to do out there. They got that bowling alley, and I heard that bowling alley got like some of the best jerk stuff, jerk burgers, jerk chicken. The bowling alley right next to the dispensary in Rosemont too. Yes, like oh, I'm telling you, that's why I'm telling you, people start coughing too much, and if they don't cover their mouth or they use their hand, it's like man, just, even when you're teaching the kids, you teach achoo, 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 like not into your hand, and take that hand and touch something. And you can take that hand and wash it. Amber chick, how you doing? Yes. But I like small things. I like good energy, small places. You know what I mean? Just cool. I don't like thousands of people. Some people just like a whole bunch. I'm like, oh, it's too many people. Even if I go somewhere and it's fun, if it's too packed, I'm like, oh, I just don't like. You know what I mean? I don't want to even say I don't like people. I just don't like crowds like that no more. I don't. I don't. Before I didn't even care. Like I said, the taste, please. The more people, the merrier. You know what I mean? The more you felt like you could get away with stuff when you was down there doing. I mean stuff like walking around smoking or walking around drinking something. Get away with stuff like that. But oh, it got to a point where it was like, oh no, I can't do 100,000 people in, in the room. I can't do it, y'all. I can't do a concert at Soldier Field. Oh, I can't. Oh, I definitely will. Go see Afro Man? I definitely will. Definitely. Definitely. Yeah, I can't do them big crowd. Oh yeah, I definitely go see Afro Man. Yeah, like I said, some people like even the auto show. Like when I was young, the auto show was big. Like that was a day. That was an event. That was man. That was a lot of fun. Even though you had a car, you'd ride the bus on in or something. Ride the train on in. Ride the bus. Well, we ride the bus because it dropped you right off at McCormick Place. Like man, when I was young, like auto show, or my mama paid to park $1 million. You know what I mean? But the auto show was big. Man, you couldn't make me go to the auto show, right? Man, you couldn't pay me to go to the auto show. Because I just think when it's packed, because during the pandemic, everything slowed down. Right now, everything seems like it's even more packed, or I don't know if it's we were used to things getting in smaller groups. But now I just feel like everywhere you go, you're like, whoa, it's a lot of people in here. Well, I do. Like, man, it's a lot of people up in here. And all these germs, and then you just watch. And if you me, all you notice is all this bad germ stuff people are doing. And you're like, oh my god, look at the germs. Did he just touch that? I was doing that in the grocery store. They're like, I don't really even like nothing that's open unless you own like a good store and they got the produce is steadily being cleansed. I don't know, y'all. I be out of oh people. Oof. You gotta take a shower when you go home. Like, oh my god. And the kids, they know they a germ. They touching everything. They touching everything. They touching you. You like, I don't even know this kid. Susie, how you doing? I don't even know this kid. They touch me with their germs. hmm How was Avatar now? You said it was great. I love IMAX. Okay. hmm Yeah, because you get so scared. You just get nervous. And that's not how we should be living. You know what I mean? At all. Like, that's not how we should be living. hmm It's a total different world. You can when you think about it, it's like the thing that happened with the teacher and the teacher OD at the school. It's like, man, what we can't have safety for the kids from the teachers or the students. Like what what can we do anymore? What can we do? It's like, I mean, come on. That's why you get so mad when you find places where you can actually enjoy yourself and just be normal. That means I could be mad, I could be sad, I could be whatever. Things change. But just be myself. When you find in places, you get mad when they disappear because, man, I swear, it seems like everything is super bogus all around you. Where it's like, oh, no, that ain't even just you doing something. This is too much. It's too much going on. That's why these days it's funny. I see a lot of people are still homeschooling. I'm not surprised. I see that as big. And I don't know if this is still considered homeschooling, but are they doing now like where you could homeschool together? Like, you know what I mean? Like, you know what I mean? Like, it's not just your kids. Like, I wonder, are those teachers doing that? Because I know with homeschooling, you just have to go under the curriculum, right? The curriculum of your district where they would be in school, right? So that you stay under that same, they'll graduate with that class, you know, all that. That's what I thought was with homeschooling, but I don't know the full technicalities of it, of homeschooling, to tell you the truth. Hmm. Oh, bad. Oh, y'all, it wasn't even 10 years ago. I don't know about y'all city, but I know lots of cities was dealing with it. But bed bugs was everywhere. You didn't sit down on a train, on the bus. Man, the library had them. Kids was transferring them through school. Oh, it was everywhere. It was everywhere. Mm. Yes, and not on accident. Well, I wasn't there, but it just it's getting ridiculous. It's just ridiculous. I remember when the Columbine shooting happened. I remember when that happened, being glued to the TV. The Columbine one had me glued, like to just like I can't believe this happened. Like, and then I thought because I wasn't far removed from high school age when that took place. And I also remember thinking like the lunchroom was the spot. And could you imagine that somebody came in and started there? Now, when I go from that mindset of seeing that and thinking like, oh my God, it wasn't the first one ever. It was just to me in my lifetime the biggest ever. Like, you know what I mean? Like it was like what? And after Columbine, and then when I think about it now, it's like you're not even numb to it because I could never be numb to that kind of injustice. You know what I mean? And I just never. I don't care what race, anything, or income you come from. I think children should be safe in school. I think that should be a safe place. They should be safe from the teachers taking advantage of them, abusing them, talking down to them. I think they should be safe from kids coming up in here and firing on them, teachers firing up on them, somebody walking in from the outside and fire. I really do. I really do. But when I think about that, like, man, the stuff that be going on. Yeah, when I heard about that 6-year old, at first I thought it's a case of he had to say, I'm like, what is going on? Yeah, that was deep. Yeah, they should be. I mean, they're six. Consciously, no matter if, even if they were doing it saying, I wanted to take your life, they're six. Their brain isn't even fully developed. Yeah, I love IMAX. Mm-hmm. Okay, see, that's what I was saying because someone was saying something to me about doing a homeschooling. But then they said they dropped their kid off, and I was like, wait, I thought homeschooling was at your home. And they said they did it, and that it the way they were almost describing it was almost like there were classes they did, and so now they were doing more like interaction, like taking them on almost like trips. They were education, and I was like, wait, is this homeschooling? Because homeschooling done got real cool. I wish I was back in school. I'd take some homeschooling. But I know I don't know. Well, I just have to have the teacher. I can't do like online classes because I'm gonna just be like, oh, whatever. I'm bored. Oh, I'm not paying no attention. Oh, you know what I mean? Oh, I'm gonna leave it. I need to actually have the teacher there talking. So even if I'm bored to death, I'm listening. Oh, the 6-year old shot the teacher. A 6-year old young man. It's just, oh, that was good. Oh, so y'all all did it together. You said it was 8? Oh, well, see now, some people say now, because back in the day, homeschooling was pretty much you, if you did it at home. And I knew kids who did homeschooling when I was young, but they didn't have other people to interact with. Because even if their siblings were there, they were, in a different grade. So when they working on it, like I said, I've never done homeschooling. Like my son, when he was sick and when he was young and he had the seizures and he had to come back, when he first got out of the hospital, he didn't go straight back to school. You know what I mean? It was going toward the end of the year, so he did all of his stuff in packets. So that was kind of homeschooling. I think more parents during the pandemic learned how to homeschool because they were homeschooling. They were actually, you know what I mean? To me, they were doing a lot of homeschooling. Like, and I salute them because I'm thinking, ooh, I was, when it went on, I said, oh, thank God that I don't have kids in school because that's a lot. Especially for the working parents and the parents have to work at home and deal with you at school. Mm. And all your bills go up when everybody home. Mm-hmm. And right, that's why I said when you have 8, though, it give them socialization skills. But to me, for some, when they're just by themselves, they're missing that part. Like people don't understand when kids go to daycare, it gives them socializing skills. You don't need your kid to be in daycare from 6 to 6, unless you are a single parent and those were your working between your working hours. You have to be there at 8 and get off at 5, and you're gonna make it there. And then you blessed if you had a safe place to have your child. But other than that, it teaches social skills. It teaches them how to share. It teaches them how to be around other people, how to communicate. It teaches them that. And even with school, it teaches them those social skills that they need, even though they in high school they're around a bunch of knuckleheads, and so are they. But they have to see the knuckleheads. They have to see that just like what I say about life, you got to see it's good and bad out there. What you gonna do? Yes, kids out here getting stoned every day off everything you can name. What you gonna do? Yeah, your buddies doing everybody under the sun. What you gonna do? It's choices. But at least when you're a kid, you understand why they succumb most of the times because they under peer pressure. What's your excuse as an adult when you know better? Hmm. Broken bones. Hmm. Yeah, because it depends on what era you were in. Because there's some eras you told on your parents and they told your parents and they was taking your butt up even more for daring to tell on them. Then you went to a generation that if a kid said you hung them from the rooftop, spun them in circles, then threw them off the rooftop with 95 floors and nothing happened to them, but they would come and take your kids out of your home and things like that. It's you got to find the medium. There has to be a middle or something. But yeah, the sad thing is that's why even when I hear about all these calls of people coming to do well checks on children, there's a lot of children who people are calling for them to check on, and they so bagged up they don't make it to those children on time, and you have to know that happens. And so when I think about it, so I'm sure it was. I'm sure you told a teacher, and the teacher told them, and they was like, "Oh, okay, you talking about what going on in this house?" Yeah, that's terrible. Mm. Yeah, I wish I did too. Hmm. Oh yeah, it was a whole different thing. It was a whole different thing. And then some people grew up and said, "Oh, my kids are just. I'm just gonna say, yeah, look, yes to everything. They won't have a consequence. I won't raise my voice." But kids have to be set boundaries. You don't have to abuse somebody to give them boundaries. You have to give them boundaries because when they're grown, life has boundaries. There's no age where there's not a boundary of what you can do. You can't just go do whatever you want. Say you might get away with it a lot of times. You might. And you might think, oh no, you can't do what you want. No, you can't. It catches up to you one day. And sometimes it catches up to you all at once. Hmm. Oh yeah, back in the day it was. And that wasn't just in no Catholic schools. That was everywhere. It is. It is. Where was it with the 6 year old boy? I have to look it up. Hmm. But when I first heard it, I just knew it was a case because I know we've had cases, in history where the people that age might have, but it was a case of they snuck a gun. You know what I mean? It's never like it was. I don't know, but really, everybody should look into that story, and then we should discuss like, I don't care whose channel it's on, but like, what do y'all think? Like, oh, that story. They do. They crave the structure. Most kids, even their most rebellious child, will grow up and later will blame the fact that they could get away with because nobody. And you be thinking to yourself, as much as we tried to, put order in, but it's when you gave up is what they remember. When they won. But yeah, they want structure. That's why some people will go to the military because they know that they need that kind of order to keep themselves in line. They need that kind of structure. They need to maintain that in their life. And some people didn't have it before. They know they need it, and they'll go there and they get it. So now they know how to give it to themselves, and they will stay in that military regiment forever because it's the structure and the order they need for their life. Mm. Oh, what a wiffle bat! Oh my goodness. They want to learn. They want to learn. They want structure. You know what I mean? And the worst part about the youth these days, if you sit 50 children from everywhere around, the worst part is where you think you give them such structure, they're gonna look to tell you how the adults are, basically doing everything wrong. Even when you front to make them think it's a way, they see it. And then the worst part is they trying to do such the opposite of you that they don't realize that everything that you're doing that they think is wrong. It's just the way. It's hard to explain, but when you be talking to these young kids, they all know. They all know. Oh, my mama this and my daddy that. But your parents know you, kid. They do. They do. They know you better than you because you still trying to find yourself, and they know you. So then, if they become parents, they gonna think, "Oh, I gotta do it this way, totally opposite." And some will realize one day why you did it the way you did it. You know what I mean? They'll realize it. Mm-hmm. Oh, you were. Mm-hmm. How long were you in the Navy? Okay, you got out for your children. Mm-hmm. Yep. Just like when you grow up in chaos. So if you grow up and people are always screaming or loud, let's just say they're not loud because they fight. You just grow up in a loud family. Everybody talk loud. They're loud. They're loud. They're loud. You grow up and noise. You never think nothing about the loudness because you became so immune to it. But then there's places you go, and because you're like that, it's people who will be like, "Oh my God, you're so loud," or "I don't want you around because you're so loud." And I'm just going to an extreme, use that to example, but and you'll be thinking, "Dang, is something wrong with me because I'm a certain way?" But it was just how you were brought up. It's just how sometimes how you were brought up. If you grow up around fighting, because see, I want to use something normal like that. People you grow up around that fighting, and sometimes you think when you're growing up like that, I don't want to be around that. So you'll meet people that don't fight at all, and you think, oh man, because some people think if you don't fight, you must be a coward. Oh, they must be scared. They must be a coward. They just weak. They let people walk all over. It's just they don't want that life no more. That's all they grew up around. Was people fighting and screaming and yelling and saying terrible things to each other because they were mad, then saying they were sorry. They don't want to be in that. And that's what I realized as a parent is that you got to understand for every parent, they come from what they know. So the tools they have are going to be the best of what they got. Because they might not have been getting love and all this, but they might love a lot. So you might get love out of them. You winning. You winning because they sure weren't taught that. But if you're around anything and it's showing you something good and it gave you something good, to me, you should pass that on. You should pass that on like you would pass on heirlooms. Just like I think everybody should have something they pass on from generation to generation. And if you never got nothing from your family, then you better start it. You better start passing on something that you want to keep going. You know, I really believe in that kind of stuff. And I wish when I first had kids, I would have realized that some of the things that my mom did as a parent was what you should do because it's setting the boundaries. Because, like I said, it was always somebody yelling in my house when my kids was growing up, and that person was me. Sometimes I was yelling, talking on the phone about the BS in life. Sometimes I was yelling at the kids. Sometimes I was yelling at my boyfriend. Sometimes I was just yelling. You live and you learn. You live and you learn. And anybody telling you they was the perfect parent that made no mistakes, tell them to write a book. Because it's a million parents want your notes. So they so we can all be the perfect parent. Hmm. And some won't. And some kids gonna have kids and still ain't gonna understand their P's and Q's. They not. Like I said, man. And like my sister Tina said the other day, your kids could be your greatest things. They also could be some things that'll hurt you. And one of the things that I always heard is that all the sacrifices as parents we make for them not to even see it. You know? And if they see it like or not appreciate it, you know, not realize, being a parent is not easy because no matter what is going on, that's the job that don't get to pause. Life could be upside down, hanging you by your feet. You be like, oh, I need a break. I wish you still got to be a parent. Just like being an adult, it don't stop. It don't care that you got sick, that you lost somebody, that didn't. Life keep on ticking. The bills keep coming at the same time they coming. That's why I say, man, when these young people, I can't wait to be grown. I can't wait to be on my own. I just laugh. I just laugh because it's so much more than just being able to come inside when you want to. It's so much more than eating and not washing the dishes. Because kids are making like it's just that simple to be an adult. I wish. I wish being an adult was that simple. Mm. Mm. Wildcat. I'm sorry to hear that. And through all that, still you rise. Know your crown. Because there's somebody who is not here today because they couldn't live through any of that. You're not definitely to tell the story. So I gotta see what was that song Jules was playing on her line. I never heard that song before. And I'm always in awe when I hear a song and I enjoy it and I never heard it before. Damn. Yeah. Man, I'm telling you, when people used to say, enjoy being a kid because you don't get that back. I tell kids that though all the time. Enjoy being a child because you never get it back. You never get it back. And you can have all the joy of a kid, but you still gotta be an adult most of the time. You can have the heart of a child, the innocence, whatever you want to call it, but you gotta be an adult once you're an adult. Enjoy it. But these kids want to grow up so bad. And I don't know why they think, I don't know who told them 18 was so grown. They be thinking as soon as they turn 18, baby, you could vote. You could go from juvie to county. Like, what you really, what other things come with 18? Because they didn't even move tobacco to 21. So tell me what you get at 18. You get to vote? Okay. But they be so in it, like they could just at 18 go sign leases and well they could if somebody was just gone and taken, but most people not gonna take no 18. I ain't never seen the landlord gonna be like they 18 and they just seem like they're so mature. They might be. Let's see. Oh yeah, we'll see. And even if they don't see it, because sometimes people have kids and they think in the beginning it's so easy. Oh yeah. And yeah, search is so hard, then it's so simple when you get a routine for them. But parenting is just like I said, because it's not just a one phase thing. It's not just when they were babies, when they was toddlers. It's when they was little kids, when they was teenagers, preteens, when they was teenagers, when they was young adults, when they was. It don't stop. It don't stop. Hmm. Yeah, I hadn't heard this. That's why I gotta get the name of that. Yeah, but okay, it did. I smell smoke. Somebody was saying outside smoking. I got that little window up. I'm like, I smell smoke. I felt for your situation, but I also felt your strength that you strong enough to even still be here and to be telling the tale. Telling the story, I should say. But you'll say telling the tale, and somebody says that mean telling a lie. No, the story is a tale, not her the story. Mm-hmm. 30 years of wonderful. But yeah, guys, let me go ahead, go put this stuff up because my mind is not gonna stop until all that stuff is in the cabinet the right way. Not just me putting it in the cabinet, so it's not first just sitting in my face. So I'm gonna go ahead and put everything in order, separate this meat. But I probably will end up making a video tonight, making something because I feel like making something. I do. I do. I just before I can do anything, I just want to get all this stuff up, put it up, do that, change my linen, Cause y'all know I left this morning straight from after I got up, so I just been running. I just been running all day. So I definitely want to do that and sit down and chill. Yes, everyone. Yes. Yes. It do. It do. It do. If you made it through, your making it through might save somebody else from either going through or going through it as bad as you did. Shit. Either way, it helps somebody else. Or it can help you to never be there again. You know what I'm saying? Who knows? Only life will tell us. That's how I feel about it. So that ain't even on being nothing perfect. It's just knowing that I've survived some things. Just like most of y'all, when I hear all y'all different people tell different stories about your life, I think, man, y'all have survived some things most wouldn't. That's it. Nino so sick. Now, y'all, this is what I mean about I can't have nothing, y'all. I just told y'all I just got these pills and my rubber bands on the phone. He just had to come out here and lay his head on my lap. Can't hear nothing. I can't hear nothing. I can't have nothing. Okay. Okay. It's bad enough. I feel like when I'm trying to pick a movie, he trying to pick it for me. Dang. Dang, y'all. I'll be trying. I'll be trying. Ricky, how you doing? How you doing, boo? How you doing? Well, you know it's Mikey, but I never know if it's Miss Mickey coming in or Mike. How you doing? Yeah, Daisy. He's so full of it. Then he had to let us know he was snoring. That's cold for you too loud. He getting some sleep. I was in here doing live. You was in there. I came into a place nobody was in, and you came back. It's bad enough I keep seeing pieces of that doggone toy he got, where he done chewed the edges off of it. I keep seeing pieces of the lint all over. There go a piece right there. There was a piece in my room. Him and these toys, y'all. Him and these toys. I can't with them. I can't. Just like a little kid. A mess. These pillows, I mean, I just told her, yeah, I just got these cute little. Oh Lord, I gotta love them though. But like I said, I'm gonna go ahead finish putting this stuff up so I can get that out the way. I cannot believe it is already almost 7 o'clock. This day is going by fast, especially when you're ripping around it. But yeah, I definitely gonna put out a video because I do plan to make something. And who knows, I might just come live and make it. I don't know. You know, it's more timing when you do it live because then you got to go through all the everything. When you make the videos, you can just cut out the middles and get to the point. You miss out the other time. You know, we live in a microwave world. Everything got to go quick. I ain't got time to watch you cut this vegetable. But I know, probably Thursday, I think I'm making some fajitas, but I want to make them in the crock pot. Let them slow cook all night, and then just have some fajita. That's what I'm really thinking about. I am. With some good jalapeno black beans. That would be so good. I love black beans, and I love black beans made with jalapeno. Oh, y'all know I love to cook. Anybody who was watching me when I was in Georgia, I love to cook. I love to make my what I call my happy foods. I like to make the food I like to eat. I like that. I do. So I'm so happy, so blessed to be back to that. Just to be back in that arena. Mm. But all right, guys, I'm gonna get on up out of here. Thank you, everybody, for coming on through. Thank you for coming and sharing love. Thank you for loving on each other. Thank you for being in the building. Thank you for wearing your crown. Like I said, I'm gonna get. He's so tired. I can't get over this, y'all, cause he ain't did nothing today. He ain't did nothing. Nina, why are you so exhausted? Did he just ignore? Yeah, it ain't easy. Y'all welcome to my world. It ain't easy. It ain't easy living life like this. He's just too much. It's too much going on with him. But thanks, y'all. Thanks for coming through and show love. Because I'm telling you, I'm trying. We in the second week of the year. I'm trying to make sure that every morning I come in and Monday, Tuesday, Thursday, and Friday. I come in at 5 o'clock. Today was 5:15, but shoot, I was real close to on time as much running as I was doing. I was like, whoo, you hitting the buzzer up in here. So, if I would have started at 5, we would have been outside with Nino while he was taking a poop. But yeah, so I'm really trying to stick to it. But thank you everybody for coming through. Love you, and I will see you in the morning. I'll probably see y'all and somebody else chat in the next 10 minutes, but I will see you in the morning over here. All right, guys. Thank you. Thank you, Mama Ann. Thank you, Susan. Thank you, Tina. Thank you for being here for me, sis. Love you guys, and see you tomorrow. You never said this. Prince came on in my ear. Why do we scream at each other? This is what it sounds like when doves cry.